The Asian unseen business mythology is a lot like the Greek and the Roman mythology in that they will have gods and goddesses of one thing or another. To illustrate, let me take you to a restaurant. Man and his wife are having dinner, and all of a sudden something comes over the female. Yes, it is the Asian goddess Nag, patron saint of wine. Why don't you take me out more often? When are we going on vacation? Why do you hate my mother? Can't you ask for a raise? Did you have to wear that shirt? I am Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad, a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables, and this parable series is about the Asian unseen business mythology. The streets, the unseen business, that's stuff you're not going to see in the evening news or history books because they write themselves out. Pop culture books of any kind. The Asians are different than the rest of the streets. The streets use high technology you're not going to find on the shelves of that electronics store. The thing about the Asians is they mistake their high technology, their toys, abilities for theirs, and they mistake themselves for gods in doing that. Orange is the Asian god of cars, and he and Temptai are sitting on top of a tall building. Temptai went along for the ride because he's got to point out the guy whose car Orange will be breaking, and she does that right there on the street. She points it out. Temptai tells Orange which car Zing, the king of the Asian gods, wants broken. And Orange does his job. It's not starting. The guy gets out, he yells, he screams. And yeah, the thing is they've drawn a crowd and they're saying, jump, jump, jump. Gina is telling her friend all about what happened. She says, me and my husband were out in front of the house, and I was telling him that the smog was so thick I can't even see our neighbor's house. And that's when it happened. The angriest looking little Oriental fella appeared out of that smog. And he said, pitiful human, you're lucky I let you see anything. And he disappeared back into the smog. And this bird dropped right to the ground where he was a-standing. Oh yeah, that's Smug, Asian god of smog. Temptai is an Asian goddess, and as an Asian goddess, very jealous, and she loves to taunt. She's gone along with Orange to break a car because it was something Zing, the king on Mount Olymping, king of Asian god and goddess wannabes. So they broke that car, and yes, Temptai got jealous of a hot blonde. And she went into a store and she put a little sign on that little sticker. It says, foreign cars save lots of gas. They're always in the shop. Then she has that good laugh at that poor, attractive blonde girl's expense. Temptai is an Asian goddess of temptation and those kinds of things. And she has gone with foreigners to break a car because Zing, the king of the Oriental gods and goddesses, wanted that car broken. But they decided to do a little on their own because Temptai, like all Asians and Asian gods and goddesses, is very jealous. And she sees this hot blonde going into a store. She likes to taunt as well, puts a sign up, a little sticker on her car, and it says, yes, the Asian, foreign cars, they save lots of gas. They're always in the shop. And foreign does his job. And Temptai has a real good laugh about that poor attractive blonde girl with the car not working. Oh, I can almost hear her laughing now. A man has just sat down at a restaurant with a very attractive hot blonde. He looks around nervously and he says, I don't usually do this kind of thing. But then again, attractive blonde girls don't walk up to me and seduce me. And he looks over at that blonde gal and she says, who's that? And yes, it's his wife. Walks up, slaps him, throws a drink in his face and storms off. And that man looks across to see there's no longer that hot blonde there. It is Temptai, Asian goddess wannabe, doing her thing. And yes, she knows better than to use that Asian face. I am Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad, the carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. And this is a parable from my Asian unseen business. Mythology. Parable series. And the ruler of the Asian goddesses wannabes has noticed that a lot of folks aren't paying attention to them. The gods on Mount Aubm in China. They're not, so he orders that temples be opened up all over the world where they can make large cash offerings to them. Electronic stores. Son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. And this one is set back in the 70s, the 1970s. I'm watching cartoons one Saturday morning and Dad says, come with me, son. I want to show you something. He takes me to the top of this mountain. Clouds all over the place. And I said, where are we, Dad? And he said, we are on Mount Aubm. I told you about, all I did in one day, 7 days. And I cast Lucifer down into the depths of hell, but he climbed back up. He's been a thorn in the side of progress of mankind for a long time. And I looked over at that throne with the guy on it, and I said, he's Chinese. I am Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the man in the shadows with the light of truth. And this parable video series is about Asian unseen business mythology. The pettiness, the arrogance, the mistakes themselves for Dad, kind of stuff that Roman and Greek mythology were based upon. Oh, read between the lines, you'll see the Chinese influences. Pick up your phone. Like this one, make a video, add to. Mount Olymping and Lucifer, the Chinese guy, wasting the world's resources with the others. We are at a college party, and someone's been surfing the internet, and he says, hey, come over here, you got to see this. And it's a documentary. This Chinese guy yelling and screaming his head off, telling everybody to do the stupidest of things. Unseen business streets kind of things. And the announcer, the narrator, George, says this guy here is as much an Asian unseen business mythology God wannabe as you're going to find. Remember, pick up those phones and cameras and make those videos only you can make about the streets, the unseen business, especially those Asians. Asian unseen business mythology. In it, Ivy is the goddess wannabe of poison ivy. She makes it grow worldwide. And she has gone to a zing. He runs things when Lucifer is down below in hell. And she says, I can't grow my poison ivy. There's no rain. There's a drought in this certain place. And Zing says, well, let me call in Ray. And she says, don't interrupt him. It sounds like he's taking a shower. He says, oh no, that's just what it sounds like around him. Calls Ray in. He has a whole lot of rain around him, and he'll be watering that poison ivy. Everybody look into the sensosphere here, as Melton, handsome bald guy, son of a carpenter and Mary, tells you all about the Asian streets, the Asian unseen business mythology. And in it, Lucifer, the king of the Asian god wannabes, has gone to land, and he says, come with me. I want you to do something for me in Europe. And Lenny says, okay, hold on for a moment. And he goes over and he switches a light switch off, and the sun in the sky sinks. Everything's dark, and then you hear a light switch, and there's the light again. And Lenny explains, I'm in Paris, I want to change in the light. And they go on off, and the lesson of the parable is it doesn't matter how much of our resources the Asian streets are wasting. It's still stupid. We need to take our streets back.